Hi, Misha Gill with Speedwell Law. In this video, I'm going to address who can serve as executor of an estate in Virginia. Now, firstly, the term executor means that the person died having created a will. An executor serves in a testate estate. If there is no will, that person is going to be called an administrator. An administrator serves in an intestate estate. All right, but back to executors. Who can serve as executor in Virginia? The only requirement for that person to serve as an executor is that they be an adult who can contract business like any other person in our society that is not under a disability. So no one under guardianship and no one who's a minor. Okay, so typically a will is going to waive a thing called bond. Bond is an insurance policy against fraud, waste, or abuse by a fiduciary. And in certain circumstances, the court will require the executor to qualify for a bond. Those circumstances are going to be where a executor is out of state, out of the jurisdictional purview of the court in which the estate is opened. In that case, the court will oftentimes require the fiduciary, the executor, to qualify for a bond. And in order to qualify for a bond, you have to have a record that is free from certain things, namely bankruptcies, no felony convictions. You have to have a sufficient credit score, generally one above 650. And you can't have been convicted of any other crimes of fraud or financial abuse, crimes of dishonesty. So in those circumstances, that executor is not going to qualify for a bond and will not be able to serve as executor if they are an out-of-state executor. And so the court has discretion also to require a fiduciary to qualify for a bond, even if the will otherwise waives bond. So that is something to watch out for. The court will also not permit someone to qualify as executor if there is going to be a contest as to the identity of that executor. If there is a question as to undue influence, then someone's qualification as executor may be challenged. And so that will also prevent someone from serving as executor if there's a dispute regarding the estate and as to the identity of the executor. There's also the possibility of appointing a corporate fiduciary. In some cases, you may wish to appoint an attorney to do the job. So if the executor is old or infirm or in some other way unable to serve, then you may wish to appoint a corporate fiduciary. Oftentimes a law firm is willing and able to serve in that regard. We are at Speedwell Law willing and able to serve in that regard in certain cases. But in general, anyone can serve as a fiduciary, as an executor in Virginia. If you need any assistance with administering an estate in Virginia, if you need a guide for the estate administration process, that is something that we are very expert at doing at Speedwell Law, so we'd be very pleased to help you with your matter. Please reach out if you have any questions or if we can be of assistance. Thanks.